What happens if my payment model doesn't qualify? Or what if I don't have the volume necessary to qualify?
So the law actually includes some incentives for those clinicians who are participating significantly in alternative payment models, but don't quite meet the threshold set in law. Those clinicians are able to actually determine for themselves if they want to participate in the MIPS, if they want to report under the reporting requirements there, and also potentially be subjected to the payment adjustments that would occur under the MIPS. Now, for those organizations that are participating in payment models that don't meet the 3 criteria that I mentioned, that is the certified EHR criteria, the quality measurement criteria, and the financial risk criteria, those entities would be participating in models. CMS has created a category for them called MIPS APMs, and there are some more limited incentives for folks who are in the MIPS APMs, and I'll turn to Akeem to explain more about that.
Sure. So the MIPS APM category is one that allows for CMS to apply a different scoring methodology under the MIPS. As we talked about earlier, there are 4 categories under the MIPS. The quality category, the resource use category, the clinical practice and proven activity category, and the advancing care information category. What CMS has intended to do with the MIPS APM scoring approach is that it won't assess those participants in MIPS APMs under the resource use category. The reason for that is that the mechanism for calculating cost performance under these alternative payment models is actually quite different than the set of measures that one might use to assess resource use performance under the MIPS. And so CMS is going to zero that out and redistribute the remainder of the composite score to the other categories of the MIPS. So, for example, the amount allocated to the clinical practice improvement activity category goes up, as does the advancing care information category. It's a mechanism that's intended to provide some recognition of participation in those APMs and an effort to try to reduce potential mixed signals, especially in terms of calculating resource use performance.
And I'll just note that although in 2019 and 2020, Medicare will only be looking at alternative payment models that involve Medicare fee-for-service payments, starting in 2021, there will be the all-payer option that also includes Medicare Advantage, Medicaid arrangements, and any private payer arrangements. And what CMS plans to do is first look at Medicare participation, and if a physician does not meet the thresholds for participation under Medicare fee-for-service arrangements, it will then look across all payers at any arrangements there.